And so I've been just running around crazy, haven't had time for anything. Let's see if I can handle it with video on without my makeup. Okay, I can handle it today. So the first thing that I am going to do is to reach out to, let's see, the different contacts that my SBDC mentor, Jess Clifford, recommended when I'm turning Collectively Rewilding into a nonprofit. Typically, the SBDCs do not work with nonprofits. However, because I am a for-profit business that's adding a nonprofit element, he is able to work with me as the whole business, right? And so one of the areas that he recommended does have a website. And there it, oh no, association. Okay. So this is an overall Utah opportunity that helps with new nonprofits and all of these great things. So you have training and events, a job board, a volunteer board, a member directory, joining the Utah Nonprofit Association. Contact us. 6.7% of Utahns are employed by nonprofits, which is an equivalent of 115,000 people. All right. Oh, they're going to be having their annual conference. Interesting. Oh, I should probably try to go to that. I do not enjoy things like that very much myself, just to be real about it. Group health insurance. Interesting. Take your nonprofit to the next level with the nonprofit credential. What is that? Interesting. So let's open that in a new tab. But I'm still looking more for like, click here to subscribe. There's this. We could call, but I think an email is a good way to start since it's offered. It was offered a little higher up. Why join UA or UNA? They have all these great things that are something to check out, these training and events, resources, very interesting. Find an expert, list your business, public policy. So here we are on their contact page. All right. So I am starting a nonprofit, so that's where I would need to go. So I click that, and it's going to pull this page up. Know your options. All right, so it looks like I need to pull this up, 5 alternatives to starting a new nonprofit. When you want to work with these entities, you want their support, you want funding that they provide, whatever the case may be, you want to be knowledgeable about their entity to some degree if you're able to. And so going through their, looks like it's just a 1-page flyer, and then the UNA's Guide to Starting a Nonprofit. So I'll pull that up as well. And that one's probably going to be a little more in depth, but we'll see. It's a PDF. Yes, it's more intensive. It's 46 pages. So this is going to be something that I will probably want to look through at least before contacting them, right? But I want to show you all the process. So first things first, I will pull these out because I want to keep them and print them. Oh, it took away my toolbar. That's not good. Okay. So I'm going to try to interact with both of them at the same time. There we go. All right. This is the little flyer, and they provided that first. So that's what I'll go over first when I'm ready to delve into their resources. However, let's go back to that contact us page. Okay, so it says, please use the contact form below, down below here, to submit an inquiry to our team. And if you're looking for specific information, be sure to visit these pages. For members only, office hours, community news, keep up with all things, and then send us a message. So before we do that, let's pull this Join UNA up in a new tab. Let's see what joining UNA is going to cost. Interesting. Okay, so at this point, it would be most likely become a nonprofit member. The reason I say most likely is because I haven't filed my 501 papers yet, right? So let's open this link in a new tab and see if it's an expense. The nonprofit membership. Apply for a nonprofit membership. Make the most of your membership benefits. Utah nonprofit, save time, cut costs. Can save over $5,000 a year on subscription resources and UNA programs. And yes, Terrace, did you have a question about what we're working on?
I'm sure you'll probably get to it, but I've been kind of waiting, and I tried to Google it myself. Is Phoenix? I'm in Arizona.
Okay.
So Arizona specific, I guess I'll be asking if you can. Thanks.
So what you would want to do there, if you're looking for something similar, all right, you type in your state, and then I always add resources and assistance if I don't have keywords that are coming from somewhere or something like that. And then starting nonprofit. So that's not what we want. That's a sponsored. How to start a nonprofit. So this is going to be a similar entity here.
Yep.
Let's open link in new tab.
Right on.
AZ, Impact for Good. Topics in this guide. And they have the experts who listed or who created it listed. Receive your free guide now by filling out our form. And then you have their contact information. Here it's the same kind of thing. Join now, contact us. They have their resources listed.
I'm there. Got it. Yeah, I can go from here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Now let's see if there are any other good listings. This is an ASU guide. It would probably be of value as well. So let's open that link in a new tab.
Absolutely.
And I'll share this one.
Thank you.
In the group because it's a little bit more complicated to try to get there. Let's see if I can. Oh, I'm already in teaching sessions. Perfect. Okay, so we're in community answers. And this is Terrace. Okay, so this is the 5-step guide from ASU. Okay.
Okay.
My cousin went to ASU.
Yeah, I got some kids that have gone as well as that family. Yeah.
I understand it's a pretty good college.
Yeah, they do well enough. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Look at this one, the Arizona Community Foundation. Invest in the health of our nonprofit sector through competitive grant cycles, discretionary, and advised grant making. That also looks like a really good.
azfoundation.org?
It sure is. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm there. I got it too. Okay.
Nonprofits, enhance financial sustainability, and grants even. Apply now. Excellent, excellent. So that is when you're trying to do something that someone else is telling you, right? Like Jess Clifford told me, and I'm walking you guys through what I was told to do. And you want to follow those steps. That is not a blind search on Google. You have a criteria. Resources and assistance is a set of terms that for some reason cuts out 90% of the .coms. You get primarily .orgs, .govs, and .edus when you use the term resources and assistance with any search.
I'm seeing that pattern. I'm seeing that pattern in your travels. I caught that as well.
It's a good one.
I'm playing the Google game, and it's not anything more than
know what you're doing, or just use our resources. right? Because our resources are already vetted.
Yeah.
So the reason that we would maybe want to use Google is if Matthew's on one of his YouTubes and he's talking about a program in Pennsylvania, that's right there by him. He's like, okay, go find something in your state of Arizona or Georgia or Pennsylvania or Florida, whatever, right? You take his key terms, his key words, the program that it's called, the nonprofit or government institution that funds it, whatever, and you would put your state resources and assistance with those keywords, and that is how you don't use Google blindly, right?
Right on.
All right, so let's go back over here. I want to see what the cost is. Aha. If it's under the amount of $24,999, which my nonprofit certainly is, annual membership dues will be $65. So not extremely cheap, but approachable, I would think, for most people that are serious about doing something like starting a nonprofit. And so it looks like before I go any further with Utah nonprofits, I need to go ahead and join. It's going to be worth it. Now I have another contact, and that's how we walk through all of it, including if we just wanted to contact them, because we have the contact information here, where if we didn't want to join, if we wanted to just contact them and talk to them first, we could do that, right? Now, the other...
Which one, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was trying to search the ASU one again, but that the one that you're just talking about is supporting Arizona, right? ArizonaFoundation.org.
Let's just give you all the links that I have. This is the ASU Lodestar Center for Philanthropy and Nonprofit Innovation, probably an excellent place to have access to. And then this is the AZ Impact for Good, starting a nonprofit. And then you also have the azfoundation.org with their nonprofit support. Okay.
So I'm going to find all this in my Lesko help area, right?
In your notifications, absolutely, yes.
Notifications.
And I can walk you through that as soon as I get these comments on here, just so you're totally comfortable.
I haven't done all the walkthrough yet. I'm trying to get to it.
It all takes time. Try to be both motivating yourselves and patient with yourself, right?
Yeah.
We're all very busy these days. It's just ridiculous how busy we all have to be.
Oh my gosh, why can't I?
All right, so now you have all three of those links. Let's also just grab how to bookmark or save any given document. You probably already have gotten that from me multiple times, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, so you can.
Oh, here it is. Okay, and my notifications up at the top right. Says you mentioned me. Okay.
Yes. And then there's comments on that post as well, right? So you have the post.
And we shared an action plan. Right. Okay. Yep. Right on.
All right. So you feel really good. You have someplace to contact on Monday then, it sounds like.
Oh, today, yeah.
Today even. Well, you're on I guess you could be on Pacific time. Are you in an area that's on Pacific time right now?
I think we are. I forget.
Do you change or do you stay the same?
Arizona is Mountain Standard. We're down below. That's Mountain.
Well, like the Phoenix area, parts of the Phoenix area, like the Sun Cities, they don't change.
Arizona doesn't change time. Yeah.
I think some of it does, but maybe they've changed that. Let me just check because I want to know because that's confusing.
It's up north. It's up north that changes. I think it's called Mountain something. We're a Mountain Standard, MST.
Yes, as am I here in Utah.
I think it's an MSD, something like that.
No, not all of Arizona avoids daylight saving time. So it does depend on what part of Arizona you're in. How confusing. I can only imagine. Okay.
I've been here 27 years and never seen that. Wow. I didn't know we had different times here.
I thought so. My family is spent a lot of time. I have a lot of family that still lives in the Phoenix, Mesa, Glendale, Sun City area, right? And
I'm in the Mesa area. Yeah, I'm in the Mesa area.
Well, there you go. I have family in Mesa as well. My Uncle Brian and my Aunt Marianne.
Right on.
Four corners, baby. What are you gonna do, right?
Yeah. It's good here. I like it.
Are you not from Arizona? I think we talked about it.
No. I grew up in New York City, in Manhattan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very different. Very different. I also have a cousin. My cousin's parents are in Phoenix, And my cousin is in New York City. So, yeah.
Well, I still go back and forth and I take care of other business. We got some other business interests there, but they're slow going and it takes a lot. And it's years and years in the making over there because of all the laws. And,
oh goodness, yes.
It's a lot different. I mean, you get the idea.
New York and California, right? They're comparable in that regard. There's a lot of paperwork and red tape to wade through.
Well, if you don't have enough cash on hand, it's going to be a long go.
Exactly. Exactly. Too true. Too true.
Everybody wants to get paid somewhere. Let me tell you, it's very interesting. Not right, but it is the game.
It is. I think there are alternatives, but I haven't completely figured it out. Barter only goes so far, because when we're talking about an estate, as an example, even a common person's estate, my parents, ours, whatever, just a home, how do you barter that? You can't really, right? So at some point you have to have some sort of currency, but it's just an unfortunate mess at the same time.
Yeah.
Yuck. But that's what we're trying to figure out, right? How to not have so much mess involved in our goals, how to get some support for those goals and things. Absolutely.
Just knowing the system, you just have to understand where you're going. And after so many years of doing business, I finally decided to do this because I realized this is a whole nother system I need to figure out and learn. It's going to take time. I'm trying to work and do other things at the same time. So, I get it. It takes time to really figure it out, but you can't get around it. You got to read, you got to go through it. You got to do the application.
You want to get the funding, right?
You got to be told no a few times and keep moving. And all of a sudden they get to see your face enough and know, okay, he's not going away. So that's what it feels like.
And you learn better how to present that face.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You get better at doing it. You get better at doing it.
Speaking of something that's up and coming to hopefully help everybody do these searches and find their successes, this is going to be for the resources unit in the Level Up Your Career. We have federal, state, and basic scholarships and grants. And look at this, you guys. This is like for education and job training. There are 4 pages of just sheer lists. And some of those are not direct links. They are additional lists of scholarships and grant opportunities out there. Then, of course, if you have children while you're trying to go to school, that's difficult, and there's resources out there for you. Or if you homeschool, there are resources. This is, oops, and it looks like I need to spell that a little bit. This is training, job training and resources. So much out there, you guys. I feel like it's increased. With the change of administration, some things are going to see more funding, some things are going to see less funding. We're even seeing some things maybe shut down, but there are still options out there. And when one door shuts, many times a different door opens, right?
Well, that's and then part of the process. It's like getting familiar enough to know when there's a pivot, and you can move. You can
really just keep visiting the resources. They can change every month, every year, quarter, every year. At least go by a source that seemed possible but didn't quite have what you needed at the time. At least try to go by once a year. And really, if you can go by once a quarter, it's a lot better. Stay open and close things all the time.
Right.
And so this one here is a neat one as well. This is free and low-cost alternative training. So this is a digital core from the government. Begin your career at the intersection of technology and public service. Lots of great opportunities. This fellowship is a paid full-time position, et cetera, et cetera. Great things in that regard. You have UO People. This is the University of the People. A lot of free education, really low-cost education. It has some accreditation. Really great option. There are several of those. GCF Global has a lot of online style learning. If you struggle with typing or using a Word document or a Google Doc or something like that, they have 2,300 plus lessons, 200 plus topics, and a lot of it is really helpful to those who haven't spent their life in a computer. You have your technology and your core skills. Those are both going to be things that are going to benefit those of you who feel a struggle in the online and the technological computer-oriented world.
Oh, mine came up different. Hold on.
Okay.
edugfcglobal.org.
Yep, exactly. It's edu.gcf. Did you say GC?
Oh, GCF.
Yes, George, Charlie, Frank,
Got
right?
it.
Global.org.
Thank you.
And if you guys are interested in having access to this report while we work to get them put into the units, you're absolutely welcome to these reports as well.
Can you share that right there, or?
Absolutely.
Right on.
It's a really neat document, and Amber Littlefield is going to be starting her classes on July 1st or July 8th. I can't remember. I think it's on a Tuesday. Let's just check.
Very cool.
Here is that. I'll share it to everyone. Okay, I'll notify you guys. This is the resources unit for level up your career.
Okay.
And anybody can grab that now.
Beautiful.
And it's really impressive, the opportunities that are out there to increase your education, even at a low level. Maybe you already have a paycheck job and you don't have time to worry about a 4-year or in a 2-year degree, but you want to get some certificates behind your name. There's stuff out there for you, right?
Yeah, my children actually went on scholarship to college, but when they were there, they needed additional money, and I worked in the for-profit side of education. So I told them, look, it's a lot of there's a lot of stray grants out there. Like
there really are 100 here, 500 here. You know,
yeah. It was really interesting how much they discovered. 500,000. It was really cool. I mean, they got their way through school. I was not going to. I mean, it sounds mean, but I was not going to pay for that. No, they had. It worked. They're much better off than I am. I'm really proud of them. That's great.
And you got them there, right? It's a team effort. So very awesome.
I appreciate it. Thank
Absolutely,
you so
Terrace. So now the other organization that Jess Clifford has recommended does not have an online presence. So for that, I'm going to start with an email. And so what I thought we would do is just kind of craft that email together. And so it is for the Tooele Valley Community Co-op. And this is going to be going to a gentleman by the name of, I'm guessing it's a gentleman. Blair can be either or. The spelling is usually a gentleman. Blair Hope. And I think Jess said it was a gentleman as well. Okay, and so I want to keep that in mind. And what they help with is the setup. And also sometimes, and Megan has talked about this, you can partner with a more established nonprofit, and many times you can almost piggyback along with their efforts, and you don't have to get your official licensing and things before you can start benefiting as a nonprofit. And Megan is the one to talk to about that, but I understand it to some degree. And that is what this nonprofit offers new nonprofits in the Tooele Valley, where I am currently located. And so I am just going to I'm going to send it late at night, so it'll be good morning, Blair. I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Sabrina Giesler, and I am currently working with Jess Clifford from the Tooele SBCC. He recommended that I reach out to you, as I am currently adding a nonprofit element to my business. Then I'll identify my business, Collectively Rewilding. Okay, that's going to be a period. He recommended that I reach out to you, as I am currently adding a nonprofit element to my business, Collectively Rewilding. And if you're doing something like this and you have the opportunity, if grammar, spelling, proper paragraphs, if they intimidate you, one, you can go to that resource that Terrace and I were talking about, edu.gcfglobal.org, and they have writing skills, right? Reading and math. Then they have all topics. So let's see if they have something specifically for writing. Oh, goodness. They've got a lot. It doesn't look like they're going to creativity and design. They have reading. That's great, necessary, but not what we're necessarily looking for. So let me check our doc there. I think we had writing in there. And if not, I have some where I can add it. So that would be free and low cost alternatives. Yes. Okay. So in this 25 free online classes for seniors, there are writing courses. Okay. I do need to get into another doc, it looks like, to add to this so that I don't forget. Let me just pull that up really quickly. The computer training and writing course series, and I will get those resources also added in, because you do have to do some writing sometimes with your grant hunting search. You're not trying to write a Pulitzer Prize winning document or treatise or anything like that, but you want to be comfortable with what level of writing you are going to be required to do. And so those are things that are out there for you if you're feeling intimidated or uncomfortable with something that you have to do. Go find a free course to help you feel more confident about taking that step, right? Okay, so good morning, Blair. My name is Sabrina Giesler, and I'm currently working with Jess Clifford from the Tooele SBDC. He recommended that I reach out to you, as I am currently adding a nonprofit element to my business, collectively Rewilding. He provided a number for texting as well, but I wanted to try to introduce myself before reaching out through text. I would love to talk with you. And I am available most afternoons. You can reach me at this email address or my phone number, and then I'll add that when we're done. Thank you for taking the time to read through this, and I hope to hear from you soon. We are all busy these days, and if I haven't heard from you in a week or so, I will reach out through text. Have a great weekend, or have a great week, because I'll send this after business hours end today, Friday, so that he comes back into the office and has this waiting for him in his inbox on Monday, right? So it doesn't need to be super complicated. You don't need to tear yourself apart into a million pieces trying to figure out how you're going to communicate. You want to touch on the important parts. You want to make sure they know who you are. You want to communicate how you're going to continue that communication, not in judgment, but everybody is busy. So let them know if you hadn't heard from them by a certain time, what your next steps are going to be, because you really want to make the effort to get a hold of them, right? And so that's as hard as it is, guys, to take some of these steps. I really want you to see what Matthew says is 1000% true. You can do this. There's a multitude of ways you can direct your grant hunting journey. There are multiple ways you can approach reaching out to people. There are so many different topics within the grant and grant-like world. It is something you can do, but if you sit and worry about it, if you sit and think, well, what if it's like this, or what if it's like that, or do they do it like this, or do they do it like that, you're just going to be wasting your time and energy worrying instead of taking the concrete steps to start achieving the success. As Tara said, in order to achieve success, you are going to be told no. It is an absolutely required part of succeeding, to fail before success, to fail before the next success. Just because you've gotten a success doesn't mean you won't still hear no's here and there. In fact, you will probably hear more no's than you hear yeses. However, that's a part of the process. These are primarily competition-based grant and grant-like opportunities. After you leave the subsistence level of things like Medicaid, food stamps, TANF, HUD vouchers, if they have the funds and you qualify, you get those. There's no competition there. After you leave that level, you are competing. There are no guarantees. There are rules, there are criteria that you have to follow, that the entities handing out the money have to follow, but there are no guarantees that you're going to be the one they select. So if you're not ready to hear some no's, you're never going to hear a yes, right? I promise. That is simply the facts of life, not only in the grant hunting world, but in anything that is worthy of doing. If you're not willing to fall while you learn to ride the bike, you're never going to learn to ride the bike, right? All right, guys, any questions? Any requests like Terrace's to find comparable resources in your area? Anything at all from anyone? Yes, Tristica. How can we help you?
Hi, Sabrina. Thank you so much for that reminder. That it was just a beautiful nudge. So thank you. So the letter that you were creating right now for us, is that for everybody, for every community? Because I'm in Southern California. So
this is a little more specific, right? Because I'm being recommended to these folks. But you could certainly, I can provide this as an example that you could remodel to create your own communication.
It's ACA.
There you go. All right. This is just a modifiable template, we'll call it. So that anybody looking at it is like, why did she put this here? Well, modify it as you would. And that is a very, very useful thing to make note of that anybody can use. For example, we talk about Julia May all the time, what a wonderful resource she is for this community. And she has her own community. And so she does things comparable both in her community and in the organization for us in Lesko Help too. And so she has a warm welcome and a get starting guide, just like we have Lesko's welcome and the quick start launch pad, right? And so I took her a warm welcome page that she put together. I just literally copied this and then I modified it to fit my own community for the Begin Your Rewilding here. And of course, she is teaching her community how to become the best hosts they can be. So I mention in her community that this is exactly what I did. She's teaching us how to do it. And it really takes a lot of the stress and time factor out. And so I completely remodeled it to fit a totally different environment. We don't work on hosting. We do work on community building, but our own communities, like our physical communities in our area, as well as the online community that is collectively rewilding. Whereas she's teaching each of her different members how to go be their host in their online community. Whereas here we're talking about building our communities as a whole, not just as a solitary leader at the top of an individual community. It's more about the whole community here. So there are comparisons, but it's quite different. And so I took her overview for her community, I pasted it into a doc, and then I completely modified it. And so you want to be careful. This is something that I knew would be allowed from Julia May, as well as to state it so clearly that I did it, so that if I was wrong and she didn't have comfort with that, that she could have told me that she was not comfortable with that. But that is how you can use a template. And you can copy people's style, and if you modify it appropriately, you're not plagiarizing or any of that kind of worry, right? Now, you probably don't want to grab something like the Constitution and try to modify it for what you're doing. It won't work. But generally speaking, that is how we can all create templates for ourselves, to start at a beginning point, to modify it to fit our particular goal. Okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anything else that we can provide for you, Tristika?
I'm just looking for grants for our STEM program that we have. I know you helped me with the mental health part. I still have to go back and get those, but we have a program for STEM, and just looking for more grants for STEM.
Perhaps that resources unit for leveling up your career, perhaps that might have some things. It's an education base. So
Yes,
while the particular resources that are highlighted in this document may not be what you're looking for, to look at each institution as a whole to see if perhaps they could be some sort of resource for you.
Oh yeah, resource, or we can send them a letter and see if they want to sponsor our events or something. That's
Exactly.
a good idea. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. STEM is just way outside of my comfort zone. I am 100% an English brain, and so STEM is like the complete opposite world for me. But I definitely want to get you those resources, because I think that our education system is failing our kids when it comes to the math, actually. And so I really support endeavors like yours tremendously.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Wish I had had it as a kid, right? All right. So that is on there for you as well. It doesn't show up sometimes, but it's there in your comments. Let's see if it'll show up. I just can't stand it when it does that. I'm really hoping that Mighty fixes some of these things before they go on to changing more, but we'll see. Oh, wrong one. There's yours, Miss Jessica. Oh, and I lost it. It does that sometimes. It just disappeared entirely. If that doesn't have that on your document, please just comment on there. It didn't show up. Please add the, resources for level up your career, or however you say it. I'll know what you're talking about and we'll get it on there, but I'm pretty sure it should be there. All right. Now, important questions. Are you comfortable getting into Lesko Help 2 and your notification bell like Karis and I talked about?
I'm trying it right now.
Okay. So are you on a phone, I'm guessing?
No.
You're trying on a computer?
Yep, I'm in my office.
Okay, so it should be in the upper right-hand corner. Do you already have a picture? Let's see really quickly. No, okay. You have this generated picture. Do you see that there? Let me just show you what it looks like. You see this like steam and this burgundy kind of maroon colors here, Tristika? And hopefully we didn't lose her on. Okay, no, she's here, but she's probably trying to figure something.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Sorry.
Okay, so no, you're great. Can you see on my screen where I have this pulled up for your account with this like steam cloud or cloud that's like burgundy maroon kind of colors?
Yeah, let me see.
So then when you're looking in your account in your Lesko Help 2 on your screen, you look for that circle, that color, and right next to it is your notification bell. Generally in your upper right corner. So you're looking for that burgundy maroonish kind of circle. It's hard to see the steam distinction when it's small like that, but it's that burgundy maroon little circle. And then right next to it should be a yellow block with either numbers or a star.
Uh-huh.
You see that?
Yes.
Click that, and you'll see something that says like Sabrina Giesler, Tristica McCrae, and start trailing off, or your host
Yes.
Sabrina tagged you. Click that, and it's going to pull that post up for you there.
Okay, perfect. Yep, all of them are there. I need to catch up. I have a lot of messages.
Well, if you have a star, I recommend, guys, just go ahead and mark them as red so that you don't have the pressure, and then just go back and go through the notifications that you want to.
Okay.
Really, this is your journey, and you can only pick it up when you have the time, and we understand and respect that. So don't let those numbers be a pressure. Let them be opportunity, and when you don't want to look at that number, you just mark it as red, and then you go through the notifications that you want to and you have time for.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Miss Sabrina.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Anything else real quick before we shut down class today? Make sure I don't have any hands up there. All right. So let's go and check out our upcoming classes for this evening. We have a couple more tonight. Next will be Miss Michelle, Coffee and Grants with Michelle at 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 5 o'clock p.m. Mountain, 6 o'clock p.m. Central, and 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So that is going to be in just a little over an hour and a half from now, wherever you are. And I will be back with you folks on Monday in the later evening for open office hours, and that is going to be at 8:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Mountain, 10:30 p.m. Central, and 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope you're all able to join in on those and all of the wonderful classes we have upcoming over the next few days. And I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. Please feel free to unmute yourselves and say good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, Sabrina. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night, everybody from Kansas.
Good night.
Night.
Thank you, Tristica
Good
and
night, Tammy.
Paris. Do we have any other questions? Thank you all for attending one way or the other.
Take care.
Bye, guys.